Hey everyone, welcome back to another LYFE video. This is a LYFE video for teens. So I want to talk to you about buying a car. When you leave school, you're going to want to buy a car, or you get your P's, and the question is, do you just save for your car? Do you get a bank loan for some of it or for all of it? Like, what do you do? Now there's a thing going on here as well, because you want the best car you can so you look cool. I get that. I totally understand. Like, if you're a teenage boy, you probably want a lowered Subi with blacked out tail lights and blacked out wheels and all of this type of thing. I really understand that. So I'm not some old dude that's going to give you some advice around, like, just save and buy the worst car you can just to get you around. Like, I'm not, and you know, your mates will laugh at you. I'm not coming from that place. What I am coming from though, look at this boat jack. I am coming from a place of helping you make great decisions, and then you can get a boat like that too, one day, if you want one. So my advice to you is get a job from when you're about as early as you can, 14, 15, start saving half of what you earn. See, the benefit you've got at being at home is you've got support. So if you came to an agreement with your parents that if you earned $300 a week, you're going to save $150 a week towards your car. From 15 years old all the way to 17 years old, and maybe just a bit after. And you'll probably have enough money for a car. Your parents might want to chip in and help you get a slightly better car, but I would sort of put image second over debt. So I see some young people go out and get a loan for a car. Like, you might want to get a small loan for a bit of the car if you want, just a small loan so you can get your credit rating started. I'm not a huge fan of debt at that age, but you might want to do that, just a small portion of it, $1,000 or something, so you can pay it off, and that will show banks in the future that you can pay debt off. But if you can buy it outright, you go and speak to any person over 80, they will always say they've never bought anything in life unless they had the money first. That is probably the single greatest principle for wealth success there is. It doesn't mean you never have debt, but if you can save, learn the art of saving and get ahead, you can still borrow later for sure, because there is good debt, definitely. But a car is not good debt. A car is bad debt. So it's a depreciating asset. You'll probably wreck it being a teenager. My son smashed his car after 6 months, wrote it off. All of these sorts of things. You're learning. So you want a reliable car that looks smart and sort of meets your needs in terms of image. You're not going to get the perfect car that's just like, whoa, that's an amazing car. It's like tens of thousands of dollars. Good example of this is I surf every day with a guy whose name's Kevin, and he's a mechanic. His car cost him $1,000, Mitsubishi station wagon. He's telling me about it. It was advertised for $1,500. He looked at the background of it. He bought it for $1,000. He drives it every day. I said, why'd you buy that car? He goes, because it's reliable, I can fix it, and it goes. It's like, never skips a beat. See, when you're at your age, 16, 17, 18, you want to get ahead. You don't want to be behind from that early age. So no credit card, no debt, hopefully. I would prefer no debt on a car. But you're going to have to pull your ego in. You're going to have to pull that back and say, do I want to get ahead early? Or do I want to look cool to my mates and they really won't give a crap what car you drive after a few months? It's like, if you've got a loan on the car that's like $5,000 or $10,000 because you're trying to be the cool guy or the cool girl, later on you're going to realize that you're going to be running to try and keep up with that debt to pay it off. You don't want to be behind the 8 ball from that early age. You buy a car you can afford, debt-free, $5,000. That's why working towards it. Your parents may help you out, like I said before, maybe, but don't rely on that. Do it yourself. There's something great about learning to do it yourself, saving the money from an early age. It's some satisfaction that will stay with you for life. It's a sense of accomplishment that will teach you how to do it over and over and over again. Then you want a different car, then you want a house, and then you want something else and something else. And you will learn the art of saving. You will learn the art of paying it off, or not paying it off. You'll learn the art of getting ahead, and then you will earn the art of completion. Very, very powerful place to be, because you will feel a sense of accomplishment inside once you get your car, take care of it, drive it around. And the funny thing is that if that car's a good car, good reliable car, and you own it, by the time you're ready to buy another car, you probably won't even get a better car for a while. You'll probably look at what else can you do with your money to get you even further ahead, because that's how you'll start to think. You'll start to think like a successful person. If you can do that early, you will set yourself up for life, I'm telling you. So I'm not saying drive a crap car, I'm just saying drive a neat, tidy car that works. That's my advice to you. There's one other thing I want to talk about quickly on here, is Afterpay. As you know, you've heard on another video before, I just cannot believe Afterpay. I just cannot understand it. If there's one thing you'll do for me of watching these videos, you teens out there, is never, ever, ever use Afterpay. Ever. Afterpay means you can't afford it. That's what it means. If there was another, it's like code name for you can't afford it. You do not have the money. So don't go and get the money from a shop to say, here's, take my items. I'm just going to lure you in, take my items. It's all glitzy and nice and beautiful. And then I'm going to chase you for the money. When you don't have the money, you're probably never going to get the money, because you're not ahead yet. You're behind. That's why you're saying, I want that thing, but I actually don't have the money. And you're going to be chasing your tail. It will sink you into a hole. I'm telling you. It will teach you the art of debt. It will teach you the art of behind. You will feel terrible every day. Once the impulse of buying that thing wears off, you will feel terrible thinking, how am I going to pay for it? Because when you don't have the money, you're paying for things that you need, and that's a luxury. That's an item that is on top of that. You only buy luxuries when you have the money, when you have them saved. Afterpay means leave it alone, don't ever buy it, laugh at it, never go there, never buy that thing, you don't have the money. That's what it means. So please, please, hear my advice. No credit cards, no Afterpay, no behind money, no hardly any debt, if at all, if you can. Listen to your parents, listen to me, I'll get you ahead and we'll get a boat like that, okay? All right, let's get into this thing. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.